We got Lisa's back with us, and it's testimony time. It's testimony time. She has a testimony that she wants to let everybody know about the trials and tribulations of being a military spouse. A lot of people don't know about it, never experienced it. In her circle, a lot of people have already experienced it, but we want to enlighten the congregation, let everybody know the type of things that military spouses go through, with their actual spouses off gone, being deployed and or taking care of the babies, that type stuff. So Lisa, the floor
Okay.
is yours.
All right.
So I met my husband at White Sands Missile Range, New Mexico. Crazy it is, but it's by for bliss,
Okay.
But we got married quickly.
How quickly?
After, I don't know, like 6 to 8 months. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And how old were you?
20.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think it was like
Wow.
20.
Wow. And how old was he?
He's a year younger, so 19.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
interesting. That is very interesting.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Continue.
So it's kind of crazy. That's not what I expected out of my life because I had actually just came back from the Navy, but I didn't stay long. It was just 8 days.
Oh, so you had joined the Navy and
Yeah.
then you got out, or
Yeah. So I
okay.
went in on a waiver and then I was told to leave and come back in 6 months with a new waiver. And then it didn't happen.
Okay, so when you say waiver, just for the congregation, because a lot
Yeah.
of people don't understand what waiver means or whatever. So what do you mean by waiver?
Okay. So when I was younger, I experimented with drugs, So when I was being recruited, I had admitted marijuana use.
Okay.
So they gave me a waiver for that.
Okay.
And then when I got there, I had experimented more and it bothered me. So I came clean and said, okay, well, I did this, that, and the other too. And then they were like, well, you already came in on a waiver. Like, just get out, get a new waiver. Wait 6 months.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't you weren't able to join the Navy. You say you're in the Navy, right? So how'd you meet your spouse? Just in passing, or what happened there?
No, so my parents were living at White Sands Missile Range, New Mexico. So I went back home after, the small stint in boot camp at Great Lakes, Illinois.
Okay. Okay.
So, and my plan was to wait and go back because I was going to be a hospital corpsman.
Okay.
And I had always wanted to be a hospital corpsman. And then I guess it's a small post, and then all of a sudden all these new MPs came.
Oh.
Young MPs. My husband was an MP, military police.
Military police. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Look out now.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Looking all nice and buff and you're like, hey, I'm protecting this base here. Go ahead. Keep it going.
All right. So honestly, actually, it was another guy who was interested in me
Uh-oh.
that I had met first. Like they had all come out of AIT, and then got stationed there, and
A little drama. Okay, let's
he
go.
was all right. He was cool. But
Okay.
then I don't know, like I would see my husband, I would see him it's a tiny base.
Mhm.
So like you have like a small commissary, a small shop at a gas station, like that's it. And you're basically in the middle of nowhere, you know?
Okay.
So, and I was just in a bowling alley. So I would just like see him all the time. Like it was so weird. And we'd run into each other and I was like, huh, he's cute.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't know.
All
And
right.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
6 months later, you was like, he
Yeah.
proposed or whatever, and then y'all just made it happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
so what so what type of trials or tribulations, or if there anything that happened, at the beginning of your marriage, being a military spouse? I mean, you said he's 20 and you're
Yeah.
19. I mean,
Yeah.
well,
All the way.
vice versa. Yeah, yeah. He's 19 and you're 20. So what?
Yeah. So we ended up getting housing on post for
Okay.
a short while, and then he got orders to Germany.
Okay.
So we PCS to Germany. So one thing, like we didn't have any kids, but we had dogs. So us being young and ignorant, like we were told, oh, you shouldn't take your dogs, blah blah blah, or they have to be quarantined. When you go to another country and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
we had actually basically just like gave one dog away and brought the other one to my in-laws.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then just, I don't know, moving. Like, it's exciting at the time, but it's still nerve-wracking too,
Oh,
because you
okay.
don't know what to expect. But I was super excited to be able to go to Germany.
Hmm.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys, so when you said he PCS, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's permanent change of station or whatever. So,
Yeah.
so you guys had to leave from where you're currently at, where he
Yeah.
was at, where you met, and then you guys flew over to Germany, and you packed everything that you've accumulated through
Right.
your marriage, and y'all went over there. And did they put you in any kind of spot, or did you have to? How did you find housing? What happened?
Okay. So what's the trip is originally his orders, we were supposed to go to Heidelberg, Germany. And then so we get to Germany and, someone picks us up on a bus and
Hmm.
then they're like, oh, no, you're not going to Heidelberg. Your orders got diverted. You're going to Bogowai. So like a different duty station. Like,
Mm.
but they didn't have accommodations for us. And because it was probably so late, they ended up taking us to Launchstool, Germany. So Launchstool, Germany, for people who don't know, that's like one of the main hospital in Germany for American forces. Like when people come back from deployment or, need surgery or have issues, like that's where they go
Okay.
usually.
Okay.
So we went to Launchstool and we had a hotel room. They call it lodging,
Okay.
so we were there. It was a trip because like it's snowing. Like
Mm.
you don't know what to expect. Like it's all new.
Yeah.
So being young, it was exciting, honestly. But you realize, yeah, anything can change in the military. Like
Yeah.
we were expecting to go to one place and then all of a sudden it's like, no, you're not going there. You're going here.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
So
You said it was exciting, but did you have any? Was you scared at any point because you just got married and now you're in a new country? So,
yeah,
did you have some uncertain feelings about this, or just it's just all excitement because of youth?
honestly, all excitement because I'm a military brat. Like all I
Mm.
know is the military. My father was Navy,
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
and
Okay.
then I married Army.
Mm.
And now to this day, I work for the GS system for the government. Like
Okay, okay.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I got a question. So when you go over there, you're in a new place. They put you in a hotel
yeah,
until I guess they put you in a hotel up until they can find a place for you to live, right?
yes.
Okay. Um, what about all that stuff that you guys sent over there, the furniture and stuff? Where does that go? Does it just go in storage, or do you have to put it in storage? How does that work?
No, it takes a while to get there.
Oh,
So
okay.
when we finally did get to our duty station
Mm-hmm.
in Bogaway,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we had nothing. So we had to get loaner furniture
Mm.
because our
Loaner.
stuff wasn't there yet.
Where do you get that from? From the Germans? Where do you get that from?
No, no, the army, they do have good programs that
Oh,
do help the families, where you can get, like, if you need a crib, if you need a couch, if you need a bed.
really? They
Yeah,
have all that stuff like
yeah,
there?
it's like a lending closet.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay.
yeah. So that is a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that does take a lot of the stress away. You
Okay.
know?
Okay. So for
Yeah.
the I guess the young couples that are moving overseas and they have to encounter something like this, maybe change of a duty assignment and move into another area, they have the opportunity to take advantage of the would you say the lending clause is what you call it?
Yeah, I think that's what they call it usually on most posts.
That's something for them to actually, if you're in that predicament, to reach out to try to, and that's on base. They have things for
Yeah,
children, for adults, for everybody, right?
yeah. So I like it's probably donation based or whatever or and whatever you need, if they got it,
Pots and
they'll lend it
pans.
to you. Yeah,
Pot.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because like sometimes it could take like a month for your stuff to get shipped.
Ah, okay. Make
So you have nothing.
mm,
So you get the loaner furniture,
okay.
and it does make it easier,
Awesome. Awesome.
especially being overseas and not knowing anything, and for young people,
Okay. So what do you do when you get your furniture finally there, you turn in your loaner furniture,
Mhm.
and now you're in the home, and your husband is doing his military duties. What do you do to pass time? I mean, remember, I guess you said you didn't have any kids at the time. So what do
Right.
you do? Can you work, or do you just kind of stay home and just maintain the home, or how does that work?
So just for a little bit, but yeah, and then I worked. So I got a job at the PX,
What's
which
that?
is
What's the
a
Yeah.
PX?
post exchange.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
it's like a shopping center for the military where you can buy clothes, shoes,
So and it's
stuff like
on
that.
base. Is on the base.
It was like
Okay.
our housing was separate, but yeah, it was part of the post.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And I had taken that job but I had applied because before I left, I was already working for civil service, DECA, which is Defense Commissary Agency.
Okay.
Okay.
So I was trying to get back into that because they pay better,
Okay.
honestly, because it's government funded.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. 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 So now that you're working, he's working because he's
Mhm.
figuring out his new, environment. And I know babies come along, over time and everything. So, and I'm pretty sure the same thing happens when you move back to the States or move to any other foreign country. But what happens if you know he deploys or something like that? Let's say, for instance, he has to go to Iraq, Afghanistan, or wherever, right? What happens with you, and how does that work? That you're maybe even by yourself with your kids, or maybe even alone with the pet. So how does that work? How did your
Okay.
experience go?
I can tell you about that.
Okay. Okay.
So my husband's first deployment was Macedonia. It was a peacekeeping mission,
Okay.
but it was at that time, you know, it was kind of tense,
Mm-hmm.
stuff was going down. And then I was just by myself, and you just work and do what you got to do. And yeah, like I'm used to being alone
Oh,
and self sufficient. But I will tell you, my eldest, my firstborn son, he was born in Germany at Landstuhl, the first place where we went for the billeting or lodging.
Mm-hmm.
The hospital is right there, and so that was where my oldest son was born.
Wow.
I got a question. With that being said, even before your kid was born, and
Hmm.
you didn't have family, a new person over there. Um, did you have some type of support system? Did they provide, people that you could talk to or help you out in the childbirth, or did you have some family come over? How did you tackle that whole situation in that aspect?
Okay, so one good thing about the military, when you PCS, usually they assign you like a sponsor.
Okay.
You
And
know, like
what did they
like
do?
so when they get there, they can pick you up, they can drive you around because your vehicle's not there yet; it's still being shipped. You
Mm.
know, and they'll be like, okay, here's the commissary, here's the PX. They show you around, tell you about the area, take you, drive you when you need groceries. Like they do that.
Who is this person? This is somebody they
It's called
designated at the base.
sponsor. Yeah. So usually it's like someone higher rank, or like they usually try to pick, like, if you have a family, like someone else who has a family like similar, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little bit higher in rank or close to rank, you
Okay.
know, and they make the transition easier if they're good. And thank God, yeah, the first time
Mm-hmm.
my husband got an excellent sponsor.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
you don't get to pick them; they pick them for you, right?
yeah,
The
yeah.
military
Like
picks the
like
sponsor.
whatever unit that you're going to, like they just get a sign and it's like, hey, you got a new soldier coming, and he's got a wife, and or he's got a wife and two kids, or whatever your situation. Like they
Oh.
try to match people up
Okay.
similar.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then yeah,
Okay.
so it's very good.
Okay. So it's basically somebody that your husband is going to start working with. But
Right,
okay. Okay. So now that makes sense. Okay. Okay.
Mm,
right.
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Yeah, it'll be someone from the gaining unit, whatever
Okay.
military unit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Which is a good thing. Go ahead, man.
yeah.
So transitioning from what you just told us to now, you're blessed and you have your first child. What was the support system like? And was you nervous? You young person just having a baby and you're in another country, and now your husband, he was already deployed, or was
No,
he there?
no. So this is a crazy story. Um, I I did have a good support system. Like usually when you're overseas, and you know this, Kane, like because you're so far away from your family, who you meet and get along with, they are your new family, and it's like strong bond, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's got your back. Like you become each other's family. Um, I okay. My son was born September 9th, 2001.
Very good.
So The day we came home from the hospital was September 11th,
Mm,
2001.
Wow.
Okay.
wow.
So I was clueless. I was, just released from the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I had on my mind was to call my mom and dad. I was like, okay, come, the baby's here. Let's go, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And then I remember my dad was like, well, they just flew a plane into the World Trade Center.
Mm.
Mm,
And I was like, oh shit, that sucks. But like,
Mm.
not knowing, and not trying to sound heartless, but I was like, but we don't know anyone in New York. Like, it didn't hit me, you
Mm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And then as we were talking, I think and then it just blew up. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, so you turn on, we had Sky News at the time, and
mhm.
then that's all you saw. Like
Over and over. Yeah.
Yeah.
September
Yeah.
11th, everything, all the planes hitting, the
Mm-hmm.
Pentagon, everything. Like,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, oh crap. And I have a newborn baby. My husband is an MP. They go like that. I'm in
Mm-hmm.
a different country.
Mm-hmm.
So I get scared.
Hmm.
They gonna call my husband into work. I don't know if and when or the
Yeah.
next time I'm gonna see him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm in a foreign country by myself with a brand new baby. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
know when I'm gonna see my husband because it was the worst terrorist attack on America.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like I felt so alone. And then you start hearing rumors like, oh, get ready, make sure you have your passport, your papers. They're going to line up buses and you just bring a suitcase, you're going to go on the bus and they're going to send you back to the States.
Mm,
Really. Really.
Yeah, that was the rumors.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, crap. And then everything changed. Everything changed.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. It was
Wow.
crazy.
And you said so did your husband have to deploy right after that, or maybe a
No, a little bit later.
little bit later? Okay. Okay.
So um, he had actually done his time and he was supposed to get out, but that's when they did a stop loss, stop movement, the
What is
government.
that? What is that?
tell us what
So,
that
Yeah,
means.
yeah, you got to
Mhm.
explain that.
okay. So his contract with the military was done. He did his, let's say 4 years, 5 years, whatever he signed up
Okay.
for.
Okay.
And then, but they were like, no, nobody's getting out of the military. Nobody's moving. Like, no, we are at war, you know?
Uh so they
So,
wow. Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
so basically, they were like, you can stay here and deploy, or you can go to the States, to Texas and deploy. But no matter what, you're deploying. So,
Mm,
yeah.
Wow. Wow. That is,
And
go ahead.
at that time, my dad was actually dying. He had stage 4 lung cancer.
mm,
That's a
So,
that's a lot to go through.
yeah, yeah.
Dealing with your immediate family and then your new family that you just
Hmm.
created over
Yeah,
in another country. And
yeah.
now we're hearing things that you got to move, and you're
mhm.
hearing all these different things. How did you deal with the stressors
Yes.
that at the beginning of hearing all these stories and not knowing the military, like, because you're not, even though you've been moving around in the military, you still don't know the intricate things that the military does. So how did you, being on the side of being a spouse, how did you manage and manipulate your way through that?
So I remember the Red Cross is awesome.
Mm,
Okay.
Anywhere in the military, Red Cross, you just like something going on, you go to the Red Cross and they will find your military, son, brother, mom, dad, whatever, and they'll be like, hey, there's an emergency. And then you, you can take emergency leave.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you can utilize them to, move back or go back and see your dad.
Temporarily. Yeah. Just for emergency purposes. Like you can take emergency leave,
Okay. And
you
you're
know?
and they will they pay for that, or how does that work?
Okay. So they didn't want to.
They didn't want to.
No, they didn't want to pay for it. My job, like I'm all about regulations and stuff. So I had learned about regulations and, government regulations and who was considered family and this and that, So basically, like we went to his unit, the Red Cross, and then we were like in Germany, we were like, we need to go back to the States. And they didn't want to pay. So they were just fighting it. And I'm like, hey, you guys brought us here, you know?
Mhm.
Like, but I said, show me the military, show me the regulation that says this, that, and the other. And they couldn't. So then, yeah, they paid tickets for us to go home
Great.
Good.
Okay. Okay.
Good.
on the emergency leave.
You got to call them out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
Yes.
hey, I
yeah.
understand that because some
Thank
people
God.
don't know how
Yeah.
to
Like
hold.
I was like, no, this is my job. This is what I deal with. I know this. So you show me. And they couldn't. They
Mm-hmm.
made us wait a long time, but
Mm-hmm.
in the end, they couldn't do it. And they were like, all right, go to Sato Travel.
Hey, that was bold. That was great for you to stand up and
Yeah, to
do
stand up
research.
for your
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
actually go forward with that and say, "Hey, look, you guys don't know the regulations. I've
Yeah.
looked it up, and you guys, owe us to a trip back to the States to take care of our
Yeah.
family members." So yeah, definitely, definitely. So you had to do that. You had to, go home, take care of dad, and maybe even come back to Germany and or whatever other duty station. So now, how does being a military spouse, how does that affect you with your marriage life? Like you guys have a marriage. There's a
Hmm.
lot of
Right.
people that have a marriage out there in the in congregation. Y'all can chime in too. That they have never dealt with their spouse going away for X amount of time. In months, year or two,
Right.
or whatever. They have never experienced that because that spouse has always came home at the end of the day, maybe end of the week, but never for extended amount of time.
Right.
So, can you explain to the congregation? How is it dealing with a spouse that's been deployed and gone away for a year or so, and you not being able to have them close by? Maybe you can do the Skype and do all these
Hmm.
other things, to kind of
Yeah.
see them and talk to them over the phone. But
Yeah.
how does it, from your perspective, being a military spouse, how does that work?
So his first deployment to Iraq
Hmm.
was in 2004,
Okay.
Okay.
and he deployed with First Cav. Um, it was different because we don't have the technology like now. It was Skype or, it was basically like the calling cards where you would buy the calling cards and you would have so many minutes, and then like when they had the chance, they would put the calling card in, like I was always putting more minutes, like,
Yeah.
yeah, just be able to talk to him.
Okay.
And it sucked because honestly, like I could hear shit going down. Sorry.
Hmm. In the
I,
background.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The bombs, like
Okay.
them being attacked and the sirens and stuff. And like, that was insane to me. Like, that scared me because that's new. Like, how do you process that? You
Yeah.
know, and like you hear the shellings or whatever, and then
Mm,
like you're talking is like I gotta go, click,
Wow.
and
like, and then you're like you don't know when you're gonna talk or again or what is happening or whatever.
so
And then you still have like old school like letters, but like, yeah, it was calling cards. It wasn't really a lot of video for the first deployment.
Lisa, this is an aspect that I've never thought of. And this, what you just stated, as far as talking to the spouse and you hearing shellings going on, the alert system, alarm system, that
Yeah,
siren.
yeah,
People that's been over there, guys and girls, we know what she's talking about in that aspect. But
Yeah.
yeah.
on the end of the spouse, do you think that increase your stress level? And could that we're not giving diagnosis, but I never
It
thought
hurts
of
your
it.
heart.
Could it
It takes your breath away. Like,
could it give you like a PTSD in the aspect of you've had this happen multiple times?
yeah,
So can you talk to the aspect of what was your stress level like after you hear that and you get off the phone?
severely elevated. It's like the cortisol. Fight or flight. Like just the adrenaline and like just not knowing, and you're just thinking and thinking and thinking, and you don't know when you're gonna talk to him again, if you will get to talk to him again. Like, and you just have to wait. You just
Wow.
have to wait and pray and have faith, and
Wow. Wow. How,
you
Mm,
know,
how long in between? Okay, let's say something like that happens or whatever. What's the longest you had to wait to hear that everything is okay? Like being at limbo or whatever. What's the longest?
honestly, I don't remember.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's rough, and sometimes you have to protect yourself, and
okay.
like, put it out, put it out of your mind.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So yeah, that stress level, I
yeah.
know that's top tier right there. So how about, because I want to bring back the circle back around about the marriage. Does it change being deployed, however long he was deployed for Iraq and would you say Macedonia or somewhere else?
Mm.
Um, those different locations, and you guys are away from one another. How does that affect you guys's bond with each other?
For the Iraq,
Hmm.
I think it made our bond stronger.
Mm. Okay.
Okay.
The
Okay.
first deployment, yeah,
Okay. Okay. So it made it a little bit stronger, just knowing that that, I mean, he's in a stressful environment.
yeah,
You're safe in what, Texas or whatnot, and he's overseas in a stressful environment. But just, I guess, I don't know, what, talking to him on a daily basis or weekly basis
yeah.
or
You think more and you appreciate.
okay.
I appreciated him more. Like, loved him more, missed him more. Like, it intensifies your feelings.
Okay. Okay.
I think for me it did.
Okay. I got a question too. In the aspect when you said intensify the love and everything, but
Yeah,
with your spouse being gone, deployed, speak to the aspect of now you're handling everything that goes along in your household. So
yeah.
you're making all of the decisions. I mean, the car breakdown, you're doing that.
Mhm.
Uh, you're attending to the children and everything. So did that make you more independent, or did it change the way you were before this happened?
It made me more independent, but like I grew up poor, so I'm like ghetto MacGyver. I mean, just saying. I mean, you do what you got to do, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, like it is more intensified, like a lot of the times I always felt like a single parent, honestly.
Mhm.
'Cause
Okay.
even if my husband wasn't deployed, I mean, MP being a military police officer is, I think, one of the worst jobs in the military because you can have, it's not like dental, sorry, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 or whatever, or 9 to 4:30. I mean, it's like 12-hour shift, 15-hour shift,
Yeah.
24-hour shift,
Yeah.
2 days, 3 days. Like it doesn't matter. Like whatever they tell you, you do it.
Yeah.
Or it's not done until your caseload is done or the mission is done or whatever. Like it's like hospital corpsmen, I think, medics, like those things, like you're always on duty or on call.
Yeah. Yeah. So would you say that the military overall, and I mean, you can answer this how you want to answer this, but would you say that the military overall really shaped and molded your marriage, and that's and you really in I wouldn't say enjoy, I wouldn't say that, but you really
It,
uh
it affected it a lot, yes. And the
I,
deployment.
I get the affecting, but you said the deployment brought you closer together, so that that helped in the relationship because it brought you closer together, even though they all were separate or whatever. So overall, would you say the military has done wonders as far as in keeping you guys together and closer in some ways, or do you think that the military, because of his duties and the things that he has had to do because of the military, drifted you guys apart?
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm saying I was still young at the time, like still kind of fresh. The first deployment, to Iraq, second deployment to Iraq was a whole different story.
Wow. What do you mean by a different story?
Yeah. Elaborate, please.
Yeah.
Remember earlier we were talking about MySpace?
Okay.
I mean, that was our technology at the time. But, anyways, like I thought we were good. We had more, then we could have video or like the technology was a little better and we could talk more often or hang out. And, you know, my family we've always been gamers. And that was one thing that we did. We would game together,
Okay.
computer wise, whatever. And you think everything is good, but no, behind the scenes, it could be a different story. Cheating.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Both parties or
No,
no?
just what?
Oh, okay, okay. So that that separation between you two cause infidelity, you think? Or do you think that it was always there and it just, it was
I don't know,
festering and then
but
it
yeah,
finally
maybe, and like you, you really do think and have to soul search, and you have to try and put yourself in the other person's face. Like I've never deployed, I don't know the pressures,
Mhm.
or what he's going through. He's gonna always try to stay positive to make me feel better, and our family and stuff. But I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, that's understandable. Understandable.
yeah, so like you say, okay,
And
it's
and 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 how did that make you feel once the air was, everything was cleared out of the air. You know
Yeah.
what's going on or whatever. How does that make you feel? Do you feel like, and you don't have to answer this, but how does that make? Do you feel like that it was a failed attempt to a marriage, or do you feel like it was something that's one sided? Maybe it's one sided, and they couldn't handle the pressures, and went outside of you guys' marriage or whatever. But how would you explain that if you would like to?
I don't know. I can't. And like it was difficult because I thought we were in a good place.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I was blindsided. And I think it was somebody else who told me. I didn't even know the person. Somebody in his unit reached out on the MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I think he knew what was going down. So it was like, oh, he called me and was like, I got to tell you something. Or I think first it was by email. And like, I fucked up, blah, blah, blah. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my God, did you fucking kill somebody? You shouldn't have, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But no, then it was that. And it just like broke me a little bit.
Okay. And thank you for sharing this right here with us. Um, Going into that, do you blame or do you think the military and the deployment was cause for that type of behavior? Because we hear about it a lot in, you know, people in relationship marriage in the military when
Mm-hmm.
ladies and men deploy, uh infidelity can run amok. But if he wasn't deployed, and y'all were together, so in the broader things, would you say the military was sort of a big cause of that right there, the deployment?
I think it helped foster an opportunity. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't judge. I've
Mhm.
never deployed. He's
Mm-hmm.
deployed. Like, I don't know. And people react to things differently,
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
you
yes.
know, and the stressors. Like, I, I, he was always like, protect, protect, protect. You know, he wouldn't tell me everything or a lot of things, you know,
Mm-hmm.
of what he's experienced or done or had to do.
Mm-hmm.
It, I think it did drive a witch,
Hmm.
you know, because he was forced to do things, but try to keep it from us to protect us.
Yeah.
But we didn't have that communication.
Yeah. So what would you say, and this is for the congregation,
Hmm.
what would you say to somebody that has, just maybe met a military member and
Mm.
maybe going through, something similar, just had their first child at a new duty
Yeah,
station and going through this cycle of deployments or whatever? What would you say, because you've been through it and
yeah.
they're just now experiencing it, what would you say to them to help them maneuver their way through that from being a military spouse?
You need that support network,
Hmm.
whether it's your real family or like if you're overseas, your new family. I told you, like when you're overseas, like even in Hawaii, you know, I mean, you're far from the mainland,
Mm-hmm.
or you're in Germany, or say you're stationed in the UK or whatever, like whoever you have, they're your family and you need them. Like everyone needs each other. And that was one good thing that people can come together and they got your back.
Yeah.
Everyone supports each other. We take care of each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
said they support, was there like organizations like I remember back in my day, um, they had like a wives club or now a
Mhm.
spouse club, so that they might get together and have some type of activities together, just to do certain things together, just to have that camaraderie and closeness, because the military member is deployed or whatever, and they would give them updates on just certain things that's going on.
Yeah.
Was that in your day, or was you a part of that?
They had it. I wasn't part of it. They were like called FRGs. I don't know, family readiness group.
Oh,
I
okay.
honestly don't know what it stands for. FRG.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's basically like people from the unit and stuff, but like I just pick my own people, you
Okay.
know?
Okay.
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 Okay. Okay. All right. But that is a
But
possibility that
yeah,
it
but
is.
yeah, yeah, there is that support for other people.
Okay. Okay.
That just wasn't my style. Like
Okay.
Gotcha.
I have to have a connection, or a bond and
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. 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 Very interesting. The perspective of a military spouse. Look,
Yes.
congregation,
Thank you
chime
for
in. If you know anybody or if you're currently a spouse, chime in the comments. Let us know how y'all feel about this. Lisa has her story. She
yes.
wanted to give a testimony about just being a military spouse and all
Yes.
the ins and outs and things that come up and deployments and things of that nature. Guarantee it doesn't happen to all, but it does happen. And she's telling her true story of what happened during her time, being a military spouse. So let us know. Let us know. Guarantee. Go ahead, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing,
Hmm.
ups and downs, peaks and valleys,
Yes.
but you
Yes.
still here doing your thing. So
Yes.
thank you, ma'am, because you can uplift
Hmm.
many others. I can tell you
Yes.
that 100%.
Yes, because I can guarantee some other spouses actually going through something similar or whatever, and just by hearing, your motivational speech and talking about the different type of things that they have available for them, because they may not know. They may not
Mhm.
know what's all out there. I mean, they probably throw things at them, but you only catch everything that they throw at you. So yeah, I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate you letting us know, what happened, during your time as a military spouse. So anything that you want to, any final words or anything, Lisa, that you want to give to the congregation? Anything?
The military is like life. Yeah, it has its ups and downs. But like sometimes you can have a good unit or a bad unit. So like I remember when my son was born in Germany, my firstborn, like his unit came, even his chain of command came,
Wow.
and people, from the the wives, of the spouses
Mm-hmm.
made like a basket to welcome my child, like
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome.
So people look out for
Yeah.
we would look out for each other.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm glad you mentioned that because not all jobs are created equal. So it's
yeah,
not all jobs are gonna look out for some of the other the spouses. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So
Right.
yeah,
and that
Right.
connection, I've experienced it, and I'm glad that you were able to let us know exactly
yeah.
how.
And I didn't even know the people.
Yeah, see.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mm.
That bond, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. Hey,
Yes.
in the comments, let us know. Let us know. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. That's what I'm talking about, man. We get this information out to everybody. A
Yes.
testimony. We've
Yeah.
we've done a couple of these. Come on now. We're trying
Let's
to put all the
go.
information out there. Guarantee
Hey,
that's how we do. For sure.
hey, we
What's up?
might sing a hymn and then take up a collection. Let's
There you
go.
go. Put it
Let's
at the bottom.
go.
Put it at the bottom. Cash out. Cash out. Put it at the bottom. Hey, we do a collection. Because we can
Yeah.
do more of these. These are more inspirational type
Yeah.
stories. And I like this. I like this because some people just need to hear it. A lot of times some people just need to hear the trials and tribulations of their life because they thinking that they are the only one that's going through this. There are
Yeah.
other people that already went through this path, and maybe you don't have to go through the path. And that's why I had Lisa to let you know that there is a brighter side at the end of the tunnel. For sure.
Amen. And you know what? The uncomfortable truth, because the truth can be uncomfortable, but we make it through. Let's go. I done got hype, baby. Let's go.
Hey! That's the uncomfortable truth. Baby.
Yes.
For sure. Right below me, hey, we have a playlist of similar interests and social issues and things that you are interested into. Click on it.
And congregation, just where I'm pointing. This is what YouTube recommends for you to watch because of the content that you've seen of us. Click it.
For sure.
Watch
Do
it
it for us.
and
Below.
share it.